Our very first vlog, and we see pocket queens. We just sat down at this table and we're 3-betting to $65. The guy who I raised looks at me, looks back at his stack, and he shoves it all in. And we're calling. As he's putting his chips in, he says,
"Yay, gamble, gamble."
So I think we're ahead. When it comes king high, we're not too worried till he flips over king 9 offsuit. No wonder why he said gamble, gamble. What's up, guys? My name is Capron, aka Funky Punts. Welcome to my channel. So I'm a part of the Raise team. I'm partners with Giljack. It's gonna make the poker world a better place. And if you want to chat with me personally, hop on the Raise Discord. I'll be on there, chat with you guys all the time. I'm a father of 2, and number 3 is coming very soon. I gotta say thank you, everyone, for making this channel successful. 20,000 subs on our first vlog. Like, what is happening? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any comments are encouraged. We'd love to chat with you guys. So we're down $300, and we punted around $150 with pocket 4s, and now we look down at ace, queen of clubs. The same player that had king 9 offsuit raises to 15. There's a couple limpers, and we want to isolate with a big raise here on this table because there's too much calling going on. So we make it $60, and he calls quickly. The flop comes king high, all diamonds. He checks to us, and we're going to check this back. When the turn is the ace of hearts, our gambling friend checks to us, and we're going to put in a bet here for protection against any diamond holding. We make it 105, and then he snap jams. We go in the tank for a while. I think a snap jam is more weak, and we got to put the chips in here because that king 9 offsuit just screams way too much gamble. The river comes the jack of spades, and then he flips over ace of diamonds, jack of clubs. God damn it! I'm going to feel this one for a while. God damn. Not running well on the 1-3 table, and luckily we got called to the 2-5. Let's go crush some souls. We look down at the jiggities, the signature Brad Owens hand. We're going to raise it up to 35 here out of position, and then the limper to my left goes all in for $380. I have a special announcement. Myself, Giljack, and Watts Tots will be hosting a virtual meetup cash game this Sunday on the 8th at 2 p.m. PST with a $50 bounty on our heads if you stack us. Join the fish tank on Club GG or click the link in my bio and message us on Telegram. This is our first hand, and yeah, jacks feels like a snap call, but I just don't know what else he's doing with this other than like a weak pair or maybe ace king. So sometimes we're flipping. We do put in the chips. Let's sweat the run out. It comes king high. Today has not been nice to me. The turn is the deuce of diamonds. Then the ace of diamonds hits the river. Oh no, not again. He shows us pocket 8s for a lower pair. We win with jacks, and we scoop a massive pot. We take down a couple pots, raising a position with some marginal, some good-looking hands, some questionable hands. What are you doing, Capron? Oh, just, you know, funky punting, that's all. Then we find ourselves in a very fun spot. We have 4 8 of hearts. It folds to us in the button, and we raise it up to $25, and both the small blind and the big blind calls. The flop comes ace, king, 4. So we have bottom pair. There's a flush draw. It goes checks around to the turn, which is the 3 of spades. It checks around again. The flush got there. Some straights got there. Yeah, the river comes another ace. And then my opponent does something he did last time he was bluffing. He bet pot. And we go to the tank. What are you trying to do here? This isn't value. You're just like saying, I want to steal this pot because it's juicy. I mean, look. It's $65 to win 75. We're not getting the right odds, but you got to keep people honest. And when showdown comes, if we win, we got to let everyone know that we can't be pushed around. This is our table to punt at all we want. So we put in the chips, and we show 4 8 of hearts. We are proud. And he says, you're good. I gotta keep my hand. Next hand, we have ace-jack offsuit, and there's a raise from a tight player in position we're just going to call here. The flop comes magical. Jack 10-3 rainbow. Our opponent c-bets for $35. The turn is the 4 of hearts, and he bets $65. Now it's time to raise this puppy up, and this is strictly for value against any lower jack or 10 or any heart draws or straight draws that he has. He tanks for around a minute or so, hims and haws, gives us a couple looks, and then decides to fold. Around 5 minutes later, he tries to talk to me about this exact spot, extracting some sort of information about my holding. One of the most important lessons I've learned in poker is to withhold information, because that gives away your playstyle. But we do decide to let him know that we had top, and he did say that we were good. He said he folded king jack, but I don't know if I'm buying it. I think he's playing the same game that we are. We look down at ace jack offsuit again. There's a rather larger size opening to $30, and we think this hand needs protection now against this specific player. He's very face up, so we're gonna go big to 140 because there's a caller in between us. He tanks for over a minute and says that he has pocket queens. Do you have blacks or greens or anything behind there? And he's gonna call. And this is where it gets weird. The flop comes queen 7-6 2 clubs. We're gonna check here. We have 0 equity, no backdoor flushes, no pair. It's not looking good. So I check. He bets $65 and I tank call. What the hell are you doing, Mr. Funky Punts? It ends up going check, check all the way down to the river, and he shows pocket jacks, and we lose a decent sized pot. See this picture of this massive stack? Well, here's the story on how I earned it. We have ace-7 of hearts, so we 3-bet to $80. He ends up calling. We're going heads up to a flop, which is 10 deuce, rainbow with 1 heart. He goes check, and I'm gonna check this back. The turn is the 6 of hearts. He bets 100 with the backdoor nut flush draw, which can get us paid big. I still feel like this bet can be light, and it's really likely that we're good here most of the time. So we put in the call. The river is the magical jack of hearts, and he jams fast for $460. And we tank for an embarrassing amount of time. This is how jacks and 10s would be played. We put in the call. He shows us queen jack. We just won so much money. Now, this is where the drama comes in. We have ace queen offsuit. There's a straddle to 10 and a caller. And then a new player who just sat down raised to $50. We have a strong hand. We're 3-betting to 200. Then we get a cold call on the button. This is the same player who jammed pocket eights against me for $300. So my alarm bells are going off. And then there's a 4-bet all in from the first raiser to $600. So we're essentially $1,200 effective because we cover everybody on the table. We go into the tank and we convince ourselves that the button's call is weak, like 10s or jacks, and we can get him to fold that hand. So we decide to jam it all in to isolate this new player, but he snaps. We end up breaking the flop. The player to my right has ace queen of hearts. I have ace queen offsuit, and the player to my left has pocket queens and scoops it on a king high board. We lose around $1,285. That is officially a funky punt. I asked some of my closest poker friends what they thought of this line. They said you should raise smaller to around 2.5x so there's less commitment in case that smaller stack does jam it all in and puts me in a weird position to ISO jam. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with when it comes to poker, your hobbies, your family, etc. So find the people that make you better. Sadly, after this hand, the floor came up to me and asked me to stop filming. And that wraps up the session, and we end up losing around $800. Shit, man. Why you gotta punt like that, Mr. Funky? What'd you guys think of the vlog? I am so excited to move forward with this channel. We'll be posting once a week. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you thought, and let's go crush some souls together. I'll see you guys in the Raise Discord and on the Fish Tank Club GG.